Okay, math. Some people get really excited when I talk about math, and some people it's absolute dread. Cheer up, because this is going to be fun, because it's all about food and math, right? So for all of my class who you're looking to have a career in this industry, and all my home cooks, this is still relevant. So one of the things that I want to bring to your attention is how important math is with everything, not just baking, but it's also the backside of the business. So as a chef, I'm responsible for all of our COGS, our cost of goods all around food. So I need to understand my percentages with labor, my percentages with food cost, and then how every single par that we have in the kitchen affects our day-to-day operation. And what I mean by pars, well, that's more math, right? So we have a log that we basically, for our cooking line and for our baking department, we list every single ingredient and how much of that ingredient we should have for all of our different recipes. So if I have, for example, a cake and the recipe yields 6, I need that recipe to yield 100. Well, I need to do the math for that. That's an obvious. But on a day-to-day, I'll tell you the thing that I do all day long. So all day long, I am doing math based on, I have 86 seniors that we cook for right now in an awesome program called Great Plates. And what's really interesting for the team is that I stop before they plate up, and I'm like, okay, well, you need to weigh that, right? What's your weight? Great, now we have 86 people. So you're gonna take that weight, you're going to multiply it by 86, and then you're going to divide it by how many ounces you need. So if you need 4 ounces out of that, that will then give you your portion. So you can see there's lots of multiplication, there's lots of division, there's fractions, all involved with baking. So a simple fraction, right? I need quarters. Well, there's a half. There's my quarters. I need an eighth. So you see how much math is in the kitchen. It's in everything. Something as simple as cutting an apple. So again, just taking you through a bit of math, understanding what your food percentages are, what your overall cost of goods, and then labor. All of that marries together in formulas for success. And I kid you not, it's so important to keep track of every little detail to run a successful kitchen. All of my home cooks are like, this doesn't relate to me. Well, it does relate to you, because if you want to keep your costs down, you don't want to waste food, right? So if you're meal prepping, you really want to understand how many portions that recipe is going to yield you. It's all important. It all makes sense. So don't cut yourself. And pay attention to your math. Don't be afraid of it. I'm going to have a little quiz at the end for my class. I'd like you to take it, and we can have a discussion next week all about math and some baking. So you see, math can be totally delicious. Ba-dum-bum. And did you digest all of this? 2 puns in one statement. Okay, so this has been so fun for me. I love Kitchen Essentials with an emphasis on health and wellness, because we got to bake. We got to meet Dr. Banawa, right? Susan Banawa. She was fantastic. She answered so much for us around health and wellness and the gut and inflammation. And she dropped some really great values on us when it comes to understanding what to do with food, how to order food, how to eat. And I, for one, am so grateful for her and to her. I think that's it. All right, well, I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for being here, for being present, and being in the conversation of good, clean food.